Hi, friends. Chris Kelly here. Hey, it is that time of the week again. It is time to look at some stats, and it's time to talk a little bit about what is going on and what it means and where we're going. Those things, the things I talk about every week. So, anyway, let's pivot over here to stats really quick. I'll reduce my screen. There we go. So, again, we've been kind of bumping along at this pace. Let me move that out of the way. There we go. So yeah, last week we were at 867. So real similar as far as new listings to the marketplace. A lot fewer pending sales this week. Not entirely surprising considering what money's done in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. The price of long-term interest rates, that is. Sold listings, they're up quite a bit, but that's really a function of what happened a month ago or a month and a half ago even. So really the two that I like to key in on particularly in a given week are these two. Now, interestingly enough, the average and median sales price has come down. The average bumped back up a little bit, but the median has come down a couple weeks in a row. But the velocity of sales, in other words, how fast homes are selling, in general, is still fast. There are more homes not selling in one day. There are definitely more homes not selling with a bunch of offers, multiple offers, those kinds of things. So a lot of that is what makes it feel different. But I just want to talk a little bit about there's a great article I'm going to attach today. If you get this by email or you get this by through Facebook or otherwise, there'll be a link to it. But it talks a lot about deceleration versus depreciation. And I'm a car guy. I love cars. I love all things with motors. But I look at it this way: deceleration is slowing down from 60 miles an hour to 30 miles an hour. Depreciation is stopping to zero and then putting it in reverse and going backwards. So that's not what's happening. Clearly, that's not what's happening. And it's demonstrable. So we can look at here. Let me minimize this and pull up this. This is a graph, and I'll attach this again. This is a graph of home prices. What appreciation has done basically for the last 10 years, and you can see now over on the left of the screen, it's the percentage rate of appreciation. Things got nutty after about the second half of 2020, and we talked about this, but things really got nutty. The cost of money got obscenely cheap, and inventory got extremely scarce, even more scarce. So the natural result of that is appreciation. This is not typical appreciation. 16, 17, 18% that's not what things look like. If I made this graph go back 50 years, it doesn't look like this almost ever. So problem is this becomes the new normal in people's eyes. So you're a seller and you're like, hey, my house hasn't sold and it's been 20 days. I don't understand. Well, the world didn't work that way for a long time. And appreciation, a house that's worth $400,000 today, by this last couple of years, it would have been worth $480 in a year. I mean, almost $100,000. That's not sustainable appreciation. And so, when interest rates, that's part of the reason, the Federal Reserve pulls the levers the way they do. It's an attempt, right, wrong, or indifferent. It's an attempt to manage and mitigate that. So, it's a pretty fine line, because you can pretty easily go too far and crash the economy or crash the marketplace at least. So we aren't seeing depreciation. We are definitively seeing deceleration. Dr. Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for NAR, has been talking about this for a year and a half. This is going to happen. He keeps saying it. Well, now it's happening. It never happens exactly the way that people predict it to, but it is happening, and that's not surprising information, to be honest. So, anyway, I just kind of wanted to speak about that in particular. Looks like I've got a guest in my background. My daughter is video bombing me. So say hello, Samantha. Anyway, uh, hey, I just wanted to get this out to you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Lastly, in 60 days, we are having our 20th annual client picnic or client appreciation picnic. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been selling real estate for almost 30 years, but we've been doing this picnic for a long time, and it's a lot of fun. Biggest slide ever. We're renting this 20 some foot tall gorilla of a slide, and all kinds of fun, pony ride, petting zoo. I mean, the whole bit. So if this is something of interest to you, it's August 20th. It's out in the park behind our house, like we have always done it. I will drop this little nugget. Is the last year we will do it out in the park behind our house, for a lot of reasons I'll get into later. But at any rate, just want to make sure that invite gets put out to you. It'll get out there more formally as we kind of put together a little media for it. But just wanted to make that announcement. And as I've said before, we are still looking for a couple of good people to join us at Kelly Marketing Group. If you are in the sales business, want to be in the sales business, are already a real estate agent, and want to talk about how we do things a little differently, would love to have that conversation. So if you know somebody that you think might be a good fit for our culture and the way we do things, would love to talk to them. So the best way in the world to find good people is to talk to other good people. At least that's my take on things. So anyway, I hope you and yours are doing well as always. And again, as always, I am here to help. If there's anything we can be doing, if there's any questions we can help answer, I just want you to know I'm available for you. So as I always say, till the next time.